Hey y'all, what's going on? Hey, I'm getting ready to go out on the Appalachian Trail here in 2023, and I wanted to preview some of the clothing items that I'm going to be taking out on trail with me. A pair of pants, just hiking pants. They're like a nylon spandex mix. They got a little stretch. I don't know who makes them. I buy them at Sam's Club. Little belt. I got an REI. Little flex. You're going to lose some weight, gain some weight. Lightweight. If you're going to the airport, you don't have to worry about taking it off because it doesn't show up in the x-ray detector. As far as shirts go, I'm going to be wearing a sun hoodie. I don't know. Probably not this same sun hoodie. Could be the same sun hoodie. This is the one I wore out in Arizona this past year. I like it. It's got some SPF protection to it. Probably wear a ball cap with that as well. And I'm going to be layering also. So I got this Melanzana micro fleece. Purple and black. It's the Rockies there. Hand-me-down. Thanks to my son Joshua who picked this up while he was out there in, I think it's Leadville, out in Colorado. Appreciate that, Josh. Shoes, I got the Hoka Stinson ATRs. Yeah, shoes has been a challenge for me. I've tried a lot of different shoes. These seem to have the most padding in them, as far as cushion, I should say. And they've been working out pretty well. The only thing is, these things are $1.80 a pair. And I'm probably going to go through about 4 pair here on the AT. So I'm not excited about spending $1,000 in shoes. As far as socks, one of the things that's helped me out as far as blisters are the Injinjis. Since I started wearing these Injinji toe socks, I haven't gotten any blisters on my toes. I did get a blister on my heel on the inside of this shoe because I didn't have it tied up well. That just happened a month or two ago out in Arizona. Of course, got some dirty Gators. Keep all the stones and pebbles out. Keeps me from tying and untying everything. As far as undergarments, I just got the Reebok 3/4 length boxer. I do have a pair of shorts. I don't like hiking in shorts. I've done it. Your legs get dirty and you get sunburnt. So I'm not a big fan of hiking in shorts, but I'm going to take them because, I don't know, might want to go for a swim or something. I think these are by Bailiff. And the other thing I had to do, these actually had a liner in them. Man, I had to cut that thing out. Talk about some serious chafe. Woo! Whew! They got twisted up on me a little bit. Created a daggone problem. So that liner's gone. All right. Rain gear. Come back on this side now. I have the Helium rain jacket, Outdoor Research. I like it. It doesn't really keep you from getting wet, to be honest with you. And it's great for blocking the wind. Eventually, this thing just soaks through. Same thing with the pants. These are from REI. They're just a rain pant. But I like them because they were short. Short shorts. They don't drag on the ground for me. I don't know what, medium short. I like the short length. I don't like that stuff dragging around. So it works out good. I keep those in the front of my pack outside. As far as cold weather, when I'm at camp, I do have a puffy. It's kind of a bougie puffy. And it's a bright red. It was a gift. Thank you, Rachel, for that Christmas gift a couple years ago. LL Bean, fancy. It is an 850 fill. It's very functional, actually. And quite warm. You won't miss me hanging out at the fire pit with this bright red thing, if I have it on. As far as gloves, I have a pair of sun gloves, I'm not taking them. I do have these little thin gloves I'm going to take. They're by Head. I found them on a trail down in Tennessee. And I've kept them ever since. Comfortable with hiking with the trekking poles, wrapping around the cork when your hands are cold and stuff, keeps the wind off of them. Cold air, the wet, if it's damp. They kind of insulate a little bit, but if it's cold outside and they're wet, yeah, it doesn't really keep you that warm. So I did bring another pair with me. These, I don't know, I think they're kind of got a wool mix to them, like a wool polyester synthetic blend to them. They're very warm inside. These are great. Of course, you don't want to get them dry. I'm thinking about getting like a pair of like mitten like an over glove, like a mitten shell. That's it, a shell. Planning on getting a shell to go over that, and this will be my heavier glove underneath. And these gloves, well, those gloves. These gloves I just kind of keep in my hip belt. This, and I got a little beanie, little fleece beanie. It has this thing in it. If you had a hot hands or something, if it was really, really cold, you could actually put it in the pocket. Kind of warm your head up if you need be. But these things, I don't normally wear. They're in camp unless it's really, really cold that day. I just kind of put them in my pockets of my puffy, and they pretty much reside there until I need them. And again, I don't really hike in this puffy, usually around camp, first thing in the morning, or if I'm in my tent and it's really, really cold in the sleeping bag, I might add it. Couple buffs, I like to carry a couple buffs with me, one around my neck, one around my ears. Sometimes that hat's not warm enough, so I'll double up on it. Or if it's windy, I can cover the face, you know. Pretty standard for backpacking, hiking to have buffs. These are cotton though. They're not like the cool buffs, the ones you wet and you can set around your neck and all that. That's not what those are. But socks. I talked about the Injinjis. I wear these to hike with already. 2 pair. I do this thing where I alternate them every 2 or 3 hours, depending on how fast I'm moving. I like to take them off, switch them out, put dry ones on, put them in the front of my pack, let them dry out, going on 2 or 3 hours, take a break, put my feet in the air, swap them out again. Pretty much the routine for me. It's worked fine. I do have another pair of Darn Toughs. I usually wear these for sleeping in my tent. And sometimes when these are both wet, cold, or frozen, as it may be, sometimes they, you know, you get wet and then it freezes overnight. You wake up in the morning, your shoes are brick, your socks are bricks, and you had a couple days of it. It's nice to put the warm socks on, even though the shoes are wet. This is something I tried this year when I was in Arizona, up above the north rim of the Grand Canyon. There was a little bit of snow up there, and I was worried about my feet getting wet. You know, these shoes are not really waterproof, but these seal socks, seal skins. I thought that if I'm going through the Smokies or something like that, there might be some snow up there, that I could use this to keep my feet warm if I'm going through at least 2 or 3 inches of snow or more. You never know what you're going to get. So I'm going to opt to carry these sealskin socks for a while. I'm leaving the end of February, so I might have to hang on to them for a month or so. And then in the category of things that I might get rid of also, after a month or so, I'm up in the air about these. You know, spikes, micro spikes, slip over your shoe. You know the deal, right? You can get them, they come in 2 sizes, either boots or for shoes. Make sure you get the right ones. These are for shoes. And I can't remember who makes these things. I ordered them on Crampon. Yeah, Crampon makes these. I ordered them quite a while ago. I think I've only actually used them once or twice for less than maybe 2 miles for ice. I've carried them a lot. It's one of those things that I dread carrying, actually. It's a little heavy. What do we got here? Oh, lace locks. I'm planning on taking out these laces and putting these lace locks in. It might be easier. One of the things that I ran into, when these shoes freeze, I forget to unlace them and open them up. So the next day, hard to get your foot into that little hole without waiting for them to warm up. So I have had to hike in my Crocs until these things warmed up with a little bit of sunshine. I get a little flexible and then I get my feet down. In a category of extra winter gear I'm going to take, I have Under Armour, cold gear, pair of leggings, and then also a top, long sleeve. I think that's it. One thing that I normally was carrying before, for the cold weather, is I had a pair of merino wool long johns. I was wearing just basically in my tent around camp and sleeping inside my tent. I don't think I'm going to take them with me. Give me some advice down in the comments below and let me know if you think I should take an extra pair of sleeping clothes. I figured I could probably just sleep in these and it might be redundant. You know, the Under Armour cold gear. And then plus this could be useful during the day if it's really, really cold. I could pair them up and kind of, you know, layer with the pants. Melanzana with the top. This got Rascal too. I like these SPF on the shirt. Great in the summertime with the hood and all. But let me know. I guess let me know if you think I should take those, what do you call it? I guess my long johns, my sleeping long johns. Normally I just keep them wrapped up into my tent. Or not in my tent. Normally I just keep them wrapped up in my sleeping bag. I stick them in there, roll it all up, push it in the stuff sack, and I'm good to go. But because my sleeping bag wasn't as warm as I thought it was going to be, I ended up purchasing a sleeping bag liner from Sea to Summit, the extreme version. It's red. And because I have that, it pretty much warms up the sleeping bag. They say by up to 25 degrees. Not sure about that. So I may yield the merino wool long johns for sleep gear because of that reason. So, all right, thanks for checking it out. There'll be more videos to come. I don't know how I'm gonna release them. This whole standing in front of a camera thing, I've done it before. I'm not getting used to it yet, but hopefully I'll get more used to it and get my thoughts a little more collected before I start displaying some of this stuff. If you have any questions, hey, down below in the comments, hit me up, ask questions. I'll try to get back to you guys, and I do plan on vlogging and keeping up with it as I can. We'll see how that goes once we start the trail. But yeah, any questions? I'm glad to help. Any recommendations? I'll take them. I'm not fixed on it. I'm not fixed on any of this gear. This is all subject to change. I have a month and a half before I'm ready to leave, and I'm open to new things. I don't have a lot of training hikes, shakedown hikes to do. I did do a big couple weeks out in the Arizona Trail recently, so that kind of was my shakedown. One of the things that I noticed out there was that my pack was extremely heavy with food in it. Of course, I was packing 7 days of food. I was up around 34, 35 pounds. And my pack doesn't really carry well over 30, not at all. So yeah, want to avoid that. All right, y'all, thank you. Talk to you soon. Bye now.